All righty. Let's see. Are we live? Trying to go live from the NFL Combine here at Radio Row. Let me know if you can see us. Let me know if you can hear us. Appreciate everybody being here. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I'm your host, Marshall Green. Let me know, how's the audio? Is the Wi-Fi terrible here at Radio Row at the Combine in Indianapolis? In 2025, you would think the Wi-Fi is a little bit better, but it's awful. So let me know how we look. Let me know how we sound. Let me know if the Wi-Fi is good enough to keep this rolling. Just really wanted to hop on here and chop it up with you guys on everything surrounding the Giants right now. A lot of smoke around Stafford. Shedeur and Cam spoke to the media today. We've heard a lot of stuff throughout the week on the Giants. I can't wait to get back to the studio and just be able to get you guys the content that you guys deserve. Shout out to all y'all who have been tuning in and appreciating the content, man. We would not be able to go out here and do what we're able to do and get all the content and send 8 people out from Chat Sports here to the Combine in Indianapolis if it wasn't for all the real ones supporting. So major shout out to y'all, man. We appreciate it. Seriously. This has been an awesome week for me, for Chat Sports. I've gotten to talk to a lot of people. I've gotten to learn a lot. It's been dope. So, look, if anybody has any questions, if anybody has anything they want to talk about, feel free to just drop it in the comment section. I think I have a software set up to where I can put super chats on the screen. I don't know if the Wi-Fi is good or bad. I hope it's all right. We appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. If you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up icon. It's free. It's easy. And it'll help us get as many Giants fans in here as possible. 160 people watching, 27 likes. Please hit that thumbs up icon. It's free. It's easy. We appreciate you guys. Shout out to my guy, Jaden Rossi. What's up, my man? Little bulldozer in the building. Vert023 says, how can I get a job with y'all? Hey, man, you gotta look when we post jobs on Indeed and apply. Chat Sports, we continue to grow. It's awesome. And yeah, we're always looking for good people to work here. So if you ever see a job opening there, go ahead and apply. Go ahead and apply. Shout out to everybody in the building. There we go. I can put y'all's comments on screen. This is pretty cool. My guy, Mike G, in the building. What up, Mike G? Shout out to you, a Giants Now legend. What's happening, my man? Said, sup, Marsh? What's plan B if Stafford doesn't come here? Great question. And I will say this. The New York Giants are 1,000% in on Matthew Stafford. We've been following this story for quite some time here on the channel, dating all the way back to the NFL trade deadline. I think that was in October or November. We talked about the Giants being interested then. They are absolutely interested. I learned here at the Combine the Giants were close to a deal with Matthew Stafford back at the trade deadline. But I think those talks, even though they didn't result in a trade for the Giants, that got them at least in a decent spot to have these negotiations with the Rams right now. They kind of set the table for that. So Stafford absolutely on the Giants' radar. From what I have heard, today is the day that Stafford is going to meet with the Los Angeles Rams, and they are going to try to figure out if they can come to a contract extension, put more guaranteed money on the deal, and try to find a way to keep him happy in LA. I've also heard the Giants have made an extremely strong effort to get a deal done. If Stafford is traded and it's not to the Giants, it will not be because the Giants did not try. I want to make that clear. The Giants are absolutely trying to trade for Matthew Stafford. I've heard that there has even been maybe a verbal agreement or a handshake agreement, maybe a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, as Stafford was granted permission to have his agents reach out to the other 31 teams in the NFL, that the Giants and the Raiders have found common ground, was the term that I was told, on a potential contract for Matthew Stafford. So the Giants holdup on Stafford will not be because of them not wanting to pay him. They've already kind of got to a common ground, is what I have heard, and that could be anywhere from 2 years to $90 million fully guaranteed to all the way up to maybe $100 million guaranteed. So they're making a strong effort. If they can't get it done, this is why I will say they can't get it done. One, he's going to go back to the Rams. I actually think the most likely thing right now is for Matthew Stafford to go back to the Rams. I think a deal is probably going to get done with Stafford to return. If he does not get a deal to return to the Rams, I would say the Raiders are in first spot. They're in the driver's seat. The Raiders seem like the team that has the best chances to land Stafford if he does move on from LA. We all saw the reports, or if you haven't, Matthew Stafford and Tom Brady, pretty much the de facto decision maker for the Las Vegas Raiders, just happened to run into each other at a ski resort in Montana, where all the time people run into each other. And they definitely didn't talk about potentially teaming up in Las Vegas and Stafford being the quarterback for the team that Tom Brady runs. No way that is what they talked about. That absolutely happened. I would say the Raiders the most likely team to acquire him if he does move on from the Rams. The Giants are there. I think that it's a little bit of a gap between the Giants and the Rams. They've been aggressive. It won't be because they didn't try to go get him. I would also say some reasons that why it would be the Raiders because of the Rams, or the Raiders because of the Giants, from what I've been told, is the Giants may not be as appealing to Matthew Stafford as the Raiders. Raiders are a West Coast team. Tom Brady. Also, they're an indoor team. I don't know if that's the biggest deal to Matthew Stafford. He's only played in a dome his entire career. Maybe he wants to continue that and only play in a dome with the Raiders. So Giants are trying for Stafford. I'm not sure what they would have to give up. I think it starts with pick 34 and then maybe some more down the line. The number one pick is not on the table. Not on the table at all. Giants are trying. They are in. There's two teams that have elevated themselves, the Giants and the Raiders. I think the Raiders are in first place of outside options, but I think at the end of the day, Matthew Stafford is going to go back to the Rams. A lot of R words. It's been a long week, so I'm just trying to get all my bearings straight. Giants are in. I think they are less likely to acquire Stafford than the Raiders, and that's just kind of where we sit at this moment. Shout out to the guy Mike G. Man Deep, what up, man? Says, hey, bud. I appreciate the $5 super chat. Shout out to all y'all in the building. Over 280 people watching. If y'all could, please hit that thumbs up icon. Share the video. We're just going to be here chopping it up as long as you want to. Right now, Tom Downey at Chat Sports is getting ready to have an interview with Dane Brugler of The Athletic. In my opinion, the best NFL draft guy in the business. He's going to ask him some questions about the Giants. So we'll get to that in a second. I've already talked to who I need to talk to today. So as long as we want to stay here and chop it up, questions you guys got, I'm absolutely down to do so. Man Deep, what's up, my man? Appreciate the super chat. Says, hey, bud, if not Stafford, what do you think of trading for Herbert? Justin Herbert? I would love to trade for Justin Herbert, but the Chargers are not trading Justin Herbert. No way, no how. Not going to happen. I love him. He's a great quarterback. He ain't being traded. Harbaugh knows he's got one of those guys right there. Jaden Rossi, my man. What's up, homie? Shout out to you. Says, were you most impressed by Cam or Shedeur? I'll say this about both. Shedeur Sanders is Deion Sanders' son. That is evident. He has the star power that Deion does. He is cool. He is calm. He is confident. He's got moxie. He's got swag. He talks at his own pace. He plays at his own pace. He operates, and he goes to the beat of his own drum. Shedeur Sanders, I thought, knocked his press conference out of the park. If I had to give a grade for Shedeur Sanders' press conference, I would give it an A+. I was thoroughly impressed by his session. He was awesome. And I really liked some of the answers that he gave. I got to ask him 2 questions. I asked him the first one, just what skill set or trait are you most proud of? And he talked about his mental ability, his ability to process, his ability to win on the football field in between the years. Later on down the line, he answered a question talking about, I don't win games with my legs. I don't even really win games with my arm. He talks about winning games with his brain, winning games with his football IQ, his ability to look at coverages, figure out what they're running, and quickly being able to come to the offensive game plan and strategy to beat those coverages. So I was really impressed by Shedeur Sanders and his ability to own a room, not be phased by the media, the naysayers, or anything like that. I came into this confident that Shedeur would be able to handle the New York media, and I'm just going to highlight it in yellow, highlight it right now, because that's not going to change. At this point, nothing can sway my opinion about Shedeur Sanders being able to handle the New York media. He is more than built to do that mentally, confidence-wise. He's going to be able to thrive there. For Cam Ward, they're different. They're just different. Cam Ward is, how do I want to say this? Cam Ward is aggressive in his confidence. He doesn't shy away either. Shedeur was a little bit more light, a little bit more conversational, and Cam was just oozing with confidence up there and ferocity in a way. I would say I was a little bit more impressed with Shedeur just because of his ability to control a room. And to be honest with you, both press conferences went on at the same time, and the crowd around the podium for Shedeur was much larger than Cam Ward. But I was impressed with both. I would say they both passed with flying colors. No red flags were raised. They did a really good job. They really, really did. Really liked how Shedeur as well. One of the ushers that works for the NFL Combine was trying to get Shedeur to come off the stage after about 15 minutes. One more. And then Shedeur just kept answering questions. Like, he wanted to go there. He wanted to talk. He wanted to, get what was on, get his thoughts off. Impressed with both, but I would say Shedeur a little bit more. Great question, Jaden. Shout out to you for always supporting the show. Remy the Enforcer, what's up, my man? Shout out to y'all. Over 340 people watching, man. Y'all are real ones. If you could, please hit that thumbs up icon. Share the stream. We're live here at Radio Row in Indianapolis at the NFL Combine. We did some interviews this morning with receivers, running backs, and quarterbacks. So we'll have more stuff all week and for the months coming for the NFL draft. If y'all could, please hit that thumbs up icon. It's free. It's easy. And I know you guys want more of this content. We're only able to do it if we continue to grow. And you guys control that. So we appreciate you. Remy, what's happening, my man? Stafford and Hunter / Cam at 3, and I'll be content. Pick up Dart McCord later on. If we go with Hunter, Stafford could be a great mentor. I will say this. From what I have heard and as I've chatted and gotten to know more people and just networked out here, if I had to power rank the 2 things the Giants want to do most at the quarterback position this offseason. First, to trade for Matt Stafford. I think that is their number one plan. That is the thing they want to do the most. They tried to trade for him at the deadline this past fall. They are in the top 2 teams in the sweepstakes for Stafford. Their number one priority, the one thing they want to do, is trade for Matt Stafford at QB. If they don't do that, I'm not willing to say it's a Marsh G guarantee, but I am very confident that Joe Shane is going to trade up with the Tennessee Titans to the number 1 overall pick. If the Giants are unable to land Matthew Stafford in a trade, the Giants are going to try to trade up to the number 1 overall pick with the Tennessee Titans. And when I say try, I mean do whatever it takes. Joe Shane knows if he doesn't acquire Matthew Stafford and he is unable to draft Shedeur or Cam, his job status for 2026 isn't looking too good. You're then hoping on a Russell Wilson or a Justin Fields or a Kirk Cousins. I continue to hear stuff about Aaron Rodgers. I don't want to. It's insane. Rodgers apparently reached out to the Giants, and I was told today there might be mutual interest. So take that for what you will. I'm not saying everything I've heard at the Combine is true, but we keep an ear to the streets, and we like to make our own educated decisions. Giants are trading for Stafford, or they are going to trade up for the number one overall pick. I am very, very confident in that. Who do they take with the number one overall pick? I really have no idea. We've seen the love affair with Shedeur Sanders. We've seen the Giants follow him around like a lost puppy. I don't know if he's QB1 for them. I don't. The Giants got to meet with Shedeur at the East-West Shrine game in Dallas, Texas back in January. Cam Ward didn't go to that game. Cam Ward did also did not go to the Senior Bowl. So outside of the meeting that the Giants had at the Combine, which I can't confirm, the Giants did meet at the Combine with Cam Ward. They hadn't had an opportunity prior to that to meet with him. There's been a lot of talk on Giants Twitter. Oh, the Giants hate Cam Ward. Oh, Giants aren't in on Cam Ward. They're wrong. They are wrong. The Giants like Cam Ward. Joe Shane talked about going to Cam Ward's games this season. Joe talked about the traits that Cam Ward had and said, I love the gotta have it traits. I love that he is able to throw the football when everyone in the building knows he can't throw the football. And I think one of the quotes from the Joe Shane press conference that we had up on the channel, that's why you subscribe, got a little bit taken out of context. I asked Joe Shane, how would you compare Shedeur and Cam's game? He said, I'm not going to do that right now. And then he started to talk a little bit more about him. And then Charlotte Carroll of The Athletic, who covers the Giants, said, well, what do you like about Cam Ward's game? And he said, well, I haven't met with Cam Ward. And that did not mean the Giants will not meet with him. That did not mean the Giants do not like him. That did not mean the Giants have not done homework on them. That does not mean the Giants don't have him on the draft board. I've seen a lot of people run with that quote, and it's a little frustrating because we're just cherry picking things he's saying, where in the prior 15 seconds when I asked him about Cam and Shedeur, he literally said he's went and watched Cam Ward play, and he was in person. He loved the moments that he did and the comeback against Cal. The Giants are absolutely in on Cam. I don't know who they would take number one, but that's where we're at. They're trading for Stafford, or they're trading up to number one. That's what they're doing. My guy, Veda Fly, what's up, homie? Shout out to my OG. What's up? Appreciate the love as always, homie. Says, based on the vibe out there, who are we drafting at 3? I think they're trading up, man. I do. I really do. Again, I think they trade for Stafford, or I think they are going to trade up to number 1. This organization, Joe Shane cannot afford to bet on Shedeur Cam falling to 3. Like, you're just pouring gasoline on your seat and you're flicking the lighter, because we all bleed blue. We all love the New York Giants. We can all be recklessly optimistic. It's one of my favorite things to do. I would be shocked if the Giants win more than 8 games next year. I would. And if you don't win 8 games next year, and let's say it's 5, and you do it with a veteran quarterback, you're fired. The way for Joe Shane and Brian Dable to keep their jobs heading into 2026, win some football games, number 1. Win football games. Win 7. Win 8 games. I think they keep their job. Or you draft a rookie quarterback like Cam or like Shedeur, and you end the season, no matter what the record is, you end the season with, we got the right guy. We have confidence that Cam or Shedeur is
going to be our franchise quarterback. Like, if you end the season with a feeling inside 1925 Giants drive that Joe Shane picked the right guy, as I got Smitty, shout out to producer Smitty texting me. As I got I'm sidetracked. If the Giants end the season with an overall feeling inside 1925 Giants drive that Joe got the pick right at quarterback, he's going to keep his job. He's going to keep his job. I really think there's only two ways the Giants hold on to Brian Daboll and Joe Shane at the end of this season. They win more games than they're supposed to, or they end the season with the feeling that they got the right guy in the NFL draft. And I don't know if Joe Shane wants to risk it. I don't know if he wants to risk sitting on his hands and hoping and praying on something that the Titans don't take a quarterback and that the Browns don't take a quarterback. Or you have to settle for your second option. Like, let's say Travis or Abdul Carter go one, and then Cam or Shedeur go two. The Giants would have to just take one or the other, and maybe they have to take their second option. I think with how hungry Joe Shane is, with the pressure he feels and the heat of his seat getting hotter and hotter, he's not going to sit on his hands, and he wants to go get the guy that he believes in the best. I don't know who that is at this point. I think they trade up. If they don't trade up, I think Travis Hunter is at the top of their board. I think Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, and Mason Graham are at the top of their board. I also say this. I hadn't tweeted this out yet. I hadn't said it to anybody. I was talking with somebody who covers the NFL, and we were talking about Matthew Stafford. And he asked me, what do you think the Giants do if they take Stafford at 3, if they trade for Stafford? And I said, well, I think if you trade for Stafford and you're picking at number 3, you need to get a player that is going to raise the level of your football team when it comes to overall talent. I'm not saying a win now move, but shit, man, if you trade for Stafford, you're trying to win games right now. So I don't necessarily believe the Giants would draft a QB at 3 if they trade for Stafford, because I think it's just backwards. And maybe they do, because it is backwards and it doesn't make sense. And we've seen the Giants make a lot of dumb decisions under Joe Shane. Because if you trade for Stafford, if you trade for Stafford and you think a quarterback is worthy of the number 3 overall pick, why are you trading for Stafford? If you think a guy at number 3 is good enough to be your franchise quarterback, why are you trading for Matthew Stafford and taking away assets to build your football team? So we were talking, and he was like, well, what about this? You trade down from 3, you get Stafford. Giants get Stafford. Then you trade down from 3 to 6 with the Raiders. And the Raiders trade up with Shedeur. And now you're picking 6th. And I was like, I don't mind that. Recoup some picks, maybe get a future second, maybe get a third, maybe the Raiders are hungry enough to give you a future first. And he was like, well, who would you want? And I was like, just best player available. Seven on the board. Maybe it's I named a couple guys, and he goes, I can't believe you said this. He said, what about Ashton Genty at 6? He said, what if you trade for Stafford and you trade down from 3 to 6 and you take Ashton Genty? I kind of chuckled. And he was like, I get it. You just drafted a running back at 2. And then you let him walk out the door for nothing. And he said, but he might be the best player on the board, might be the best playmaker on the board. And he was telling me he thinks that Stafford needs a run game at this point. And I didn't say it to him, But as you guys know, I believe a run game starts with the offensive line. You don't build a run game with the running back. You build a run game with the offensive line. But I do get the idea of getting a player in Genty that would be someone Stafford could hand the ball to and lean on. The Giants did have a formal interview with Ashton Genty. I reported that earlier this week. I think it was Tuesday, my first day here. I tweeted out that the Giants were having a formal meeting with Ashton Genty. And I don't know if that has happened at this point, but the Giants are definitely doing their due diligence on him. I don't think no way, no how is he an option at number 3. But I think the Giants are approaching this draft with the idea that they could trade down if they land Stafford. So kind of some inside juice right there. I'll say this. Drafting Stafford or drafting Genty at 6 after we just went through the whole Saquon Barkley thing, that would be crazy. That would be crazy. Yeah, no, downtown movie language lounge, says we met with Genty for some reason. Look, you meet with a lot of people. I don't want, and I've been tweeting them out, and I've been told about them, and I've been wanting to get you guys the information on the formal meetings the Giants have had with, because all these prospects meet with almost every single team. But a formal meeting, I don't know if there's an exact number that you get, but it's a 15-minute formal meeting, and those are a little bit more serious. But just because you do a formal meeting with someone doesn't mean you're going to draft him. Now, the guys the Giants have in on top 30 visits, like Shedeur Sanders has, those are a little bit more telling. And we'll start to see more and more about those soon. As there's some stuff coming out that the Giants, once again, could be interested in Aaron Rodgers. Look, Joe Shane said he wants to get a quarterback that he thinks can win the most games possible in 2025. And when you look at the available quarterbacks out there, I don't think it's crazy to think that Rodgers could be the best of the free agents. Geek Out with Roscoe says, forget drafting Genty and keep Tracy and pick up Raheem Mostert. Mostert didn't do much last year. He's getting older. So, yeah. Cool Joe says, who you talking to, Dave Gettleman? Nope. I haven't seen Dave here. I haven't got to see Dave Gettleman here. No, I'm not. And again, I'm not saying everything I'm told is correct. I want to relay the information to you guys. So news of the day so far here at the Combine, Shedeur, Cam Ward had their press conferences. First off, did you guys watch the press conference on the channel? Y for yes, M for no. Did y'all watch the Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward press conference that we put on the channel? Because I like to talk about those. I don't know if y'all watched them. If you didn't, go do it. My guy, the high buy. What up, homie? Kevin says yes. Well, so for all the people that watched them, let me know what y'all thought about them. Let me know what y'all thought. The Big Moo, what's happening, my man? What's happening? Genty and Tracy in the same backfield would be lethal. It's a good combo of backs right there. The Giants want to take a running back at 6 and pay Saquon Barkley because they wanted to invest in more premium positions. We use premium assets to keep premium positions. Well, drafting a running back at 6 would kind of be backwards with the whole Saquon Barkley stuff. That's Chase Sr. in the background. What's up, Chase Sr.? Chase, I got a question for you. What's the most out-of-line thing you've heard at the Combine? I'll tell you mine. The Giants could trade down from 3 to 6 after they acquire Matthew Stafford to get Ashton Genty.
No way. The Cowboys trading up to number 1. That was from Mike Florio.
Mike Florio also reported the Giants are in on Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers reached out to the Giants. So there we are on that. Unbelievable. Shout out to y'all, man. Over 425 people in the building. If you haven't, smack that thumbs up icon. What are we doing? Only 151 likes. Those are rookie numbers. Hit that thumbs up icon, please, please, please. We want to continue to do stuff from the Combine. The only way we could show James Yoder, CEO of Chat Sports, it's worth doing it, is if you guys show love. So if you're enjoying the content, if you want us to continue to crush it here at Radio Row and go to the Combine every year and get you guys inside access, hit the like button. Stop being weird. It's free. It's easy, baby. Alan Manrick, what's up, man? Shout out to my guy, Alan Manrick. Gilly. What's up, Gilly? Dr. Pancake, my biggest hater. What's up, man? Please don't take QB2 at pick 3. The Commanders just took QB2 at pick 2 last year, and they got to the conference championship. But everyone's entitled to their own opinion. Joe Shea knows if he does not leave the draft or this offseason with a quarterback that can win games now and or in the future, he's out of there. He's out of there. He is toast if he can't get a quarterback in the future. Troll. What's up, Troll? Where you been, dude? You've been MIA. You've been MIA, Troll. How's my little troll doing? How's my guy doing? Shout out to y'all, man. We're just hanging out here at the Combine. If y'all got questions, if y'all got comments, just holler at me and let me know. Buddha Green says Sanders isn't Jaden Daniels. Yeah, never said that. But he made a broad statement that you don't draft QB2 at pick 3. And last year, QB3 went pick 3, and that QB3 would go number 1 in this draft. I don't understand the blanket statement. Hearing buzz Giants are out on Stafford. What I have been told is the Giants are absolutely in third place here in the Matthew Stafford sweepstakes. If I had to power rank the order of teams that are most likely to acquire Stafford, one, I think it's the Rams. I still think going back to the Rams is the most likely outcome for Matt. And I think the Raiders are the number 1 external option for him. If the Giants are unable to acquire him, it won't be for a lack of trying. It won't be for effort. They are willing to pay him $90 million guaranteed, which is a little rich for me. They're willing to meet draft compensation. I think it comes down to, at this point, who does Matthew Stafford want to play for? Does he want to play for the Raiders and Pete Carroll, or does he want to play for the Giants and Brian Dable? Sounds like the Giants are in third place at this moment. And again, if the Giants don't trade for Stafford, I'm pretty confident that they're going to trade up to the number 1 overall pick. Pretty comfortable they trade up to the number 1 overall pick if they don't land Stafford in a trade. Will Matt go back if they don't sign Kupp, though? Yeah. If the Los Angeles Rams are offering Matthew Stafford $100 million guaranteed over the next 2 years, he's going to be a Ram. He's going to be a Ram. He wants to play with Kupp. That's his guy. No doubt about it. That's his guy. But $90 million talks. And it talks loudly. Shea wanna, one of one. Says Cam Ward is the guy. If the Giants trade up to the number 1 overall pick, who do you want him to select? Is it Cam Ward? Is it Shedeur Sanders? Who's the guy you want the Giants to select with the number 1 overall pick? Monster Meat Mac. What a name. Triple M says, do the Raiders have a chance at Kupp and Stafford? Absolutely. Absolutely. The Raiders are in the driving seat right now. They're the number 1 team to acquire Stafford. And if Stafford leaves the Rams, I think Cooper Kupp follows. Dr. Pancake says Hunter. You don't listen well, do you? You don't listen well. I see that's where our differences start. You don't listen well. Jaden says, I think you draft the guy who the GOAT Tom Brady supports. There's a lot to like about Sanders. There's a lot to like about Cam Ward. And there's things for both of them that are hangups for people. And I get it. Upside to life, my man. Where you been? Where you been at? You forgot about the kids over here upside to life? My guy, what's up? Papa Sanders seems like a lot of baggage. I disagree. I disagree on that one. I don't know. I don't see it that way. CTM. What up, CTM? Show her some love in the chat. Give me some CTMs down below. What up? What up? Matthias, Felipe, Lacreta? I hope that's right, my man. I apologize if I'm butchering your name. Thank you for the support, bro. Thank you for the donation to the channel. And thank you for supporting us as we're out here at the Combine trying to get you guys inside exclusive access. Everything New York Giants. Thank you so much. Says congratulations on the excellent videos, Marshall. Keep up the good work. Hope we can dream again this season. I hear you, man. I hear you. It's been hard. Not a lot of fun. But, man, this channel makes it fun. That's for sure. The channel makes it fun. The community here makes it fun. Some of the best people I know watch this channel. Appreciate you. Steven says, you don't have a job, bro? No, I don't. I don't have a job, Steven. I don't, bro. I don't. Why are people so weird? I don't get it, dog. Like, what kind of comment is this? I hate I'm even giving this little troll, like, love, but, like, what? Maybe I could pack you up my suitcase and bring you to the Combine next year, Steven. Shout out to CTM says, please hit that like button, guys. We appreciate y'all. Please do. Over 400 people watching right now. Already been live for 40 minutes. 204 likes. Please, please, please smack that thumbs up icon. It's free. It's easy. And it helps us grow, man. And it helps us continue to do awesome stuff at this channel. We are the only Giants content creators at the Combine. The only ones. The only Giants content creators at the Combine. The Giants official YouTube page is here. Shout out to them. They're crushing it. A lot of beat reporters here. But we're the only ones here. And it's only because of y'all. We would not be able to be here if it wasn't for the love and support from y'all. So we appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm getting to live a dream. I'm getting to cover the NFL Combine for my team. It's awesome. Almighty Finesse. What's wrong with them? What's wrong with them, Almighty Finesse? Atlantic Lion. They're talking silly. They're talking silly. Jaden Rossi, you're a real one. American Cheese. I just don't trust Shane and Dable with a rookie quarterback. Well, that's why they were hired. That's why they were hired. That's why they kept their jobs this offseason. The Giants hired Joe Shane and Brian Dable to find that next franchise quarterback and develop that next franchise quarterback. And they've been given an opportunity once again to do so. So we're kind of past the point of trusting them with a rookie QB. My guy, the AMP channel, Die Hard. What's up, man? Says that's right. Since joining the Giants Now fam, Sundays are a ritual. We have a blast. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we crossed over 66,000 subscribers while we were here in Indianapolis. Shout out to y'all. That's love. That's love. What up? What up? No switch. No switch. $5 super chat. Shout out to you, my man. All super chats get on the show as always. We're just here kicking it. We're just here kicking it, chopping it up. I'll stay live as long as you guys want, as long as you guys are asking questions, and I don't have anything else to do. I'm here to just kick it with the real ones. So shout out to y'all. We'll keep this train rolling. No switch says if they did trade up, I think it would be Cam Ward. But if they stick, then I think it's Sanders, just my opinion. So I'm guessing you mean by that if they trade. So you're saying you think Cam Ward's QB1 and Shedeur's QB2? Unfortunately, I don't have any information on who's 1 and 2. My homework and my following of this team, there's been a lot more connection to Shedeur Sanders for the Giants. But I do think the Giants are absolutely in on Cam Ward. They are. They met with him at the Combine. That was confirmed. Shout out to you, No Switch. We appreciate you. Thunder, thunder. Oh, thunder, thunder. Oh, shout out to my guy, Thunder, thunder. What's up, man? Shout out to you, bro. Best time of the year. The NFL draft stream. That's where Thunder, thunder was born. It's my guy. Salute to you, bro. All the love, always. Marsh him known to the bone. Yeah, at the NFL Combine. Yeah, y'all got to go outside and touch grass. Is DJ still with the Vikings? He's a free agent. Get Stafford and ask who he wants as his successor. He probably has good insight. I don't hate that. Marsh, don't you think that Merrick keeping Shane is tantamount to him giving the green light to pushing in all the chips? Yup. They're willing to pay Matthew Stafford $90 million. It's been green lighted by John Mara. He's tired of losing. He's tired of being irrelevant. He's tired of being a joke. I don't know what Matthew Stafford brings you, but it brings you a little bit of stability, a winning culture, and a guy that's won a Super Bowl. You're not a joke if you trade for Stafford unless it backfires. Alan Manrick, what's up, my man? Why do we want Matthew Stafford? Because he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. And he's available. He was one play away from beating the Philadelphia Eagles on the road to get to the conference championship game. Most importantly, he's available. He's a good quarterback that's available. And the Giants, the only quarterback on their roster right now is Tommy DeVito. Mike G. What's up, Mike G? Who was our top guard after Trey Smith got tagged? Yeah, brutal stuff there. Trey Smith, interior offensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs. Expected to be the number one guard in free agency. Expected to reset the market at the guard spot in free agency. He has been franchise tagged by the Kansas City Chiefs. They will most likely try to work out a long-term deal. Other guards the Giants are going to look at will include Will Fries. He is a guard for the Colts. He's kind of widely looked at as the number 2 guard in this free agency class. Only played 5 games last year. Graded out really well, played really well. The tape was good. A lot of things to like about his game. But this was easily the best year of his career. It was a 5-game sample size in a contract year, and he broke his leg. I think he's a good player. There's risks there, though. But he's one of them. Some other guards. Let me see if I can pull up a list here. Other guards that will be available will include Tevin Jenkins, interior offensive lineman for the Chicago Bears. He is a beast in the run game. Unfortunately, he's missed a lot of time. He hasn't played, and since being drafted, I think he's played in less than 60% of the snaps for the Bears. He was a second-round pick out of Oklahoma State. He played left tackle at Oklahoma State. Then he moved to right tackle. Then he moved to guard, and he's had his most success there. Really good in the run game. I don't really love the idea of giving him more than a one-year deal just because of all the injuries. But he's a road paver, man. He's a road paver, and he would bring some physicality to that guard spot for this team. Shout out to my guy Mike G, as always. We appreciate you. Jaden Rossi, what's up? Shout out to JR. Always showing love to the channel. Show him some love in the chat. Give me some JRs. You rather rook QB start game one or sit all of year one? If you're drafting a quarterback number 3 overall, put him on the field. I understand the Patriots did not do that with Drake May. Put him on the field. I'm not like drafting him and then having an idea that he needs to sit. If he shows me in the summer he needs to sit, and he shows me in training camp he needs to sit, and then in the preseason he needs to sit, sure. But if I'm drafting a QB at 3, I want that guy to be ready to play. It's a different era. A lot of guys play right away, especially top 5 picks. Caleb played right away. Jaden played right away. I know Drake May didn't. I don't know if it was the right decision. I know Gerard Mayo got fired. Maybe if he won some more games early on in the season, he would have kept his job. Probably not best to bet your chips on Jacoby Brissett in the great year of 2025. Either way, I'll say this, Jaden. The Giants are going to sign a veteran QB. If they don't trade for Stafford, a veteran QB will be signed by the New York Giants. That's a fact. That's a fact. Gilly. What's up, Gilly? Even if we get Stafford, we should still draft a QB. Do you mean draft a QB 3 overall or just leave the draft with a QB? I'll go back to the chat and keep my eyes on your comment, Gilly, just so I understand. Still draft a QB with 3 or still draft a QB in general, maybe day 2 or day 3? Shout out to y'all, man. 350 people still in the building. Hit that thumbs up icon if you could. It's free. It's easy. It takes 2 seconds. Would really appreciate it. I'll say this and until Gil responds, and then I'll pop her comment up. If the Giants trade for Stafford, I don't want to draft a QB number 3 overall because I just think it's backwards. If you think a quarterback is worth the number 3 overall pick, why are you trading for Matthew Stafford? I'll say this. If you think one of these guys is worthy of the number 3 pick, or you think one of these guys is worthy of the number 1 overall pick, just go do that. Just go trade up to 1 and get your guy. And if you don't trade up, that tells me you don't think one of these guys is worthy of that pick. Therefore, if you don't trade up, you should not draft a quarterback at 3. Maybe they do. Maybe they want to follow a Green Bay Packers model. I could see it working out. I could also see it, you missing out on the opportunity to draft Travis Hunter at number 3 and pair him with Matthew Stafford and have him be your corner 1 and your wide receiver 2 next to Malik Neighbors. I guess I just kind of say it like this. If you're trading for Stafford, you're trying to win football games right now. And if you're trying to win football games right now, you should pick the player at number 3 that gives you the best chance to win football games right now. That's kind of my thought on that. If the Giants do trade for Stafford, though, Gilly, I absolutely want them to draft a rookie quarterback. Just not in round 1. I tweeted out and I got killed for it. And you know what? I'm not backing down from it. I would love Quinn Ewers in round 4, round 5 if you trade for Stafford. Would love that. Yeah, if you trade for Stafford, you still need to leave the draft with a rookie quarterback. I think it's more so round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6. And I would draft a quarterback that I think could be a starter one day. And I think that Quinn Ewers has the ability to be a starter in this league. He's got to prove he can stay healthy. And I think he could tremendously benefit from sitting behind a guy like Matt Stafford for 2 years. Learning from him how to be a pro, how to watch film, how to carry yourself, how to be a leader, how to take care of your body. This was a guy that was the number 1 overall player in the country coming out of high school. This was a guy that was looked at as a round 1 pick. Obviously, things changed throughout the season, and Quinn's not looked at as a first-round pick anymore. But if I can get Quinn Ewers in round 4, round 5, and I get Matt Stafford, that's a lottery ticket I'm willing to purchase. Vert says Ewers was the reason Texas lost. Yeah, he's also the reason that they were a top 4 team in college football. Also the reason that they beat Clemson in the Elite 8. Also the reason that they got to the college football playoff last year. But hey, everyone's got their opinions. Not saying Quinn Ewers is a guaranteed Hall of Famer. Not saying Quinn Ewers is going to be great in the pros. I'm saying I'm willing to pick a guy in round 4 like Quinn Ewers if I'm taking Matthew Stafford. He's a quarterback that I like his traits. I like his ability to play the position. That's all I'm saying. It's all good. It's all good. RAD. Rad. What's up, Rad? $5 super chat. Appreciate you supporting the channel, bro. Means a lot to us here at Chat Sports. Thank you so much. Hey, Marsh. I heard this draft class is full of decent guards in the later rounds. Are there any pure tackles we could target? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are, the way I would say this draft is I think there's only really about 8 elite players. Other guys will be elite, absolutely. But like when you talk about potentially being a blue chip prospect, I think there's only like 8 of those guys I have a pre-draft grade on. But like prospect 10 to like prospect 40, they're kind of similar players, similar ceilings. And that's why I've talked about pick 34, if you don't trade for Stafford, that being one of the most important pick of Joe Shane's tenure. Because with the second pick in the second pick in the second round, the 34th overall selection, Joe Shane needs to hit a home run there. Shane needs to hit a home run there. I'm not going to go rad through tackles at this point. I still have tape study to do on day 2 and day 3 tackles. But yes, the Giants absolutely are going to target the offensive line. And I wouldn't be shocked if they leave the draft with a guard and a tackle. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. They have to. I think the Giants offensive line has, this is wild for me to say, I think the Giants offensive line is now underrated. Doesn't mean they're great. Doesn't even mean they're good. I just think they are underrated. People still think about the Giants offensive line being one of the worst in the National Football League. And it's just not true. When you had Andrew Thomas and you had John Runyon and you had Greg Van Roten and you had Jermaine Illuminor and you had John Michael Schmitz at center, the Giants were a top half of the league offensive line. DJ had time to throw. They were able to run the football. They were moving people off the offensive line, able to run the football. And you get Thomas back. You got Runyon. You got Illuminor. Go get a stud at right guard. Get a good swing tackle. Bring back Greg Van Roten to be your interior offensive lineman, veteran guy off the bench. And let's go to war. I could easily be a top 18 offensive line in the league. I would love to have a top 18 offensive line in the league. Right guard needs to be a priority for the Giants. They got to invest big there. A lot of talk about the quarterback position. Absolutely. Go get a quality starter at that right guard spot. You have to. Mike G, all he does is hit dingers. There he goes. See ya. Mike G. No QB on the board at 3. Marsha's the GM. Carter or Hunter? Who you taking? I'll ask y'all. Who you taking? Carter or Hunter? Type C for Carter. Type H for Hunter. I'm going to take a look at the live chat. I want to know what you guys are saying. Carter or Hunter at 3 with Shedeur and Cam off the board. Who you taking? Orlando says Hunter. Cobra Kai. What's up, Cobra? Hunter. A lot of Hunters. A lot of H's. Mike G says C. What do you think about the stress fracture in his foot, Mike G? It's a secret. It's a secret. Stress fracture in his foot. What do you think of that? I don't like taking a player with a stress fracture in their foot. Not to say he won't recover. Not to say he won't be great. But if I'm gonna guarantee $40 million to someone at pick number 3, I don't love the idea of them already having a stress fracture in their foot. But that guy's good. He can rush the passer, man. He's a beast. He is a beast. I'm going Travis Hunter. I don't think it would be a crazy world if in 20 years from now, we're talking about Travis Hunter as one of the best players to ever play football. I really don't think that's a crazy thought. I think there's a world where he could be an all-pro corner and an all-pro receiver. The Giants, they need a receiver and they need a corner. Gilly says LT is a bold claim. Did someone compare Hunter to LT? That's insane. We shouldn't do that. Let's not do that. Oh, man. I think there's a world where Travis Hunter could be one of the best football players ever. We haven't really ever seen a prospect like him. And getting to be there for his press conference yesterday and just getting the feel of who he is and what he wants to be. It's a crazy thing to say. This is a Heisman winner with a chip on his shoulder. This is a motivated player. This is someone that won the Heisman and has something to prove. And I love that. I do. I love that Travis Hunter is being doubted. I've heard the Giants look at him as more of a corner. I think you're selling yourself short as a Travis Hunter destination if you don't play him both ways. Doesn't got to be 100% of the snaps both ways. That's what he said. He said he wants to play 100% of the snaps both ways. And I'm not saying you got to do that, but you're just not maximizing the potential of Travis Hunter if you don't at least put him on the both sides of the ball a little bit. A little bit. I think he's the best receiver in the class. And I think he's the best corner in the class. Cold One says Hunter is undersized. Like weight-wise, he's all of 6'1". He's all of 6'1". Guy played like 1,500 snaps last year. 1,500 snaps. Yeah, I'm not sure he should play 100% of the snaps both ways, but I'm cool with him playing 90 to 100% of the snaps at corner and then 50% of the snaps at receiver. Paul says he's light in the A star. Yeah, he could put some weight on. Let's not forget as well, and I think that even I have to remind myself sometimes, he's 21 years old. These are kids. Like these are young men, but these are still kids. 21 years old. He ain't even got his grown man body yet. Yeah, he needs to put on some weight. a lot of prospects need to put on some weight, and they will. They'll put on muscle. They'll become more mature physically. Gilly is playing both ways viable at the NFL? No, but Travis Hunter can do it. There's one man in the world that could do it, and it's Travis Hunter. I think he's special. I do. I think he could be an all-pro on both sides of the ball. He has some of the best ball skills I've ever seen. Ever seen. And he puts, and like, not that this matters to me, but I know it matters to the Giants, and I know it matters to John Mara. Because remember what John Mara said on Hard Knocks? Saquon is our most popular player by far. Travis Hunter puts butts in seats. Travis Hunter sells jerseys. People come to watch Travis Hunter play football. And I think the Giants think they need a guy like that. There'd be a lot of number 12 jerseys at MetLife Stadium. A lot. So, yeah. He's got star power. He's got superstar power. He's become underrated. Like, I talk to people and I listen to people and they tell me about his game and I just listen. I don't push back. But I always, after people say things about him, I go back and watch the film and I watch highlights and I turn on the tape and I'm like, what are these guys seeing that I am missing? He's the best player in the class with the football in his hands. He might be the best contested catch receiver in this class. Like Odell, he has a knack for making the play when the play needs to be needed. You need that game-changing play. You need a guy to take a slant to the crib 80 yards against the Ravens to win it. You need a play on the goal line for the Giants to beat the Lions. Hunter's got that. And I think the Giants could use a guy like that. I do. And I would take Travis Hunter third overall if both quarterbacks went 1 and 2. All right. Just scrolling through my Twitter feed. Give me a second. We're going to be out here again tomorrow. Tomorrow's our last day. There will be offensive linemen. As official measurements are coming in here for Travis Hunter, 6 foot and a third inch, 188 pounds. Six foot, 3/8 of an inch, 188 pounds. A little thin. I didn't expect him to weigh in at more than that. I actually expected him to be a little bit lighter than that. When I saw him yesterday, I thought he looked thin. I thought he looked thin yesterday when I saw him. So Hunter is 5'11". I just told you he is 6 foot and a third inch. No shoes at the combine. He is not 5'11". Greg says, so basically 6'1", 190? Yeah. 6'1", 190 is pretty much what he is. 6 foot and a third inch, 188 pounds. Mike G, am I speaking in Chinese? Shout out to y'all. GF. I didn't see all super chats come in. That's on me. I apologize. GF, what's up, man? $5 super chat. Is there any appetite in the building for the Ravens approach. Just draft BPA regardless of the positional value. We miss a ton for fit and character. Joe Shane has been vocal about wanting to marry the two, positional need and BPA. I think that he has touched the fire of drafting BP for positional need, and it's hurt this team. I think it's hurt this team. I believe you take BPA. I love the Ravens model. It's easy to do the Ravens model when you got the best scouting staff in the NFL and you're one of the best run organizations. It's really easy to do it once you got a 2-time, 3-time MVP and Lamar Jackson, whatever he is at this point. You always need to do character, though. I don't think that that's something you should overlook. All right, we got breaking news. Matthew Stafford is staying with the Los Angeles Rams. Breaking news, breaking news. Matthew Stafford is staying with the Los Angeles Rams. Breaking. Matthew Stafford staying with the Rams. He is not a New York Giant. Do we think this is a cut? Yeah. Want to change the headline, and then I'll think what I want to do here. Matthew Stafford, you are not a New York Giant. Stick with me for 1 second. Hopefully setting the mic down like that's not too unbearable. Let me know where it is. Breaking news. Matthew Stafford is back with the Rams. I'm curious to see what the contract details will be. Look for Joe Shane to pivot to trying to trade up to number 1. Matthew Stafford, not a New York Giant. He is back with the Los Angeles Rams. Wow. Matthew Stafford, you are not a Giant. A lot more people are going to start coming into the stream. If you guys could, please hit that thumbs up icon. Over 330 people watching. Like the video. A little bit of a tin sound. I'm sorry. It's hard to hold the mic and type. Tom Downey's going to come in here and type, hold the mic for me. I kind of forgot what I was about to do because I got distracted. I'm going to retweet out the stream. That's what I was going to do. So give me a second. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is back with the Rams. What does this mean for the Giants? Tune in. Awesome. Give me some TDs in the chat, Tom Downey. We appreciate it. Schultz beat Rappy again, they're saying. Oh, what a week. What a day. Matthew Stafford, not a Giant. I really wanted Stafford here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, if you're a subscriber of the channel, you know that. I've been pretty open and honest about it at this point. But I never really was in love with the idea of giving him mega money on a mega extension. There was talks of $90 to $100 million going to Stafford. Excuse me, that was disgusting. $90 to $100 million going to Stafford, and that never really made sense. That's when it didn't really make sense, in my opinion, to pay him that type of money. Matthew Stafford, you are not a Giant. What's next? What do y'all want the Giants to do? What do you guys want the Giants to do now? I'll tell you this much. Joe Shane, get ready to learn Tennessee Titans and Mike Borgonzi because you're going to be trying to trade up, bud. As Jake Chipper watches me from the shadows of right field here at Radio Row. Wow. A little bit disappointed. Can you hear me? Am I loud? Thanks, Beast. I don't know why I've had my headphones in the whole time. I can't even hear myself. I think I've been talking way too loud because my headphones were in my ear. Joe Shane, get ready to learn Mike Borgonzi, buddy. Work that phone. What's the Tennessee area code? Joe Shane needs to start putting that in his phone. Wow. Curious to see what the money is going to be for Stafford going back to the Rams. Yep. I'm not too loud. Awesome, guys. I'm a loud person, so people are always telling me, Marshall, stop yelling. Well, I'm just excited. I love this team. Matt Stafford, unbelievable. Jaden Rossi, super chat, says, get Stafford, Hunter, and Abdul. You ain't getting Stafford anymore. What the Giants do at number 3, that's the next action. That's the next talk of the town. Country boy Corey. What's up, my man? Shout out to you, bro. Appreciate the support of the channel. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Who are the DTs you are looking at to help Dexter Lawrence? I think Ty Robinson is a great fit. I wish we didn't just get the Stafford rumor juice and news so I could give you a better explanation on this. A guy I'm falling in love with, Alfred Collins, defensive tackle out of Texas, 6'5", 335 pounds. A hog molly, as Dave Gettleman once said. Bring me Alfred Collins. I want a big boy next to Dexter Lawrence, someone that can make plays in the run game, someone that can eat up multiple blocks, free up Okereke, and a guy like McFadden behind him. Alfred Collins is someone I'm really interested in. This DT class is loaded too, Corey. Absolutely loaded. Giants are going to take a DT early in this draft, I believe. I really do. I think with 34 could be the DT pick. Mike G, Marsh off day for me, so firing him out. Hey, Mike G, I appreciate you, bro. We wouldn't be at the Combine here without all the support you've shown to the channel, so that's love. We appreciate it, man. Again, we've already been live for 72 minutes. I'm willing to stay live on the channel and chop it up as long as we want. If you guys want to continue to talk Giants football, we could do so. I'm having a blast doing it. Shout out to you. Says, thoughts on Alexander trade? Vet cornerback for this young secondary and a leader. This is kind of my take at this point. You're not getting Stafford anymore. I think the Giants will turn their attention to Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers with the idea of still drafting a quarterback at 3. And we have more breaking news. More information coming down the pipeline. Adam Schefter with Matthew Stafford remaining with the Rams. The New York Giants are investigating all veteran quarterback options, including Aaron Rodgers.
Get with the times.
You guys better start watching those Aaron Rodgers videos. I've been doing them. Two of the worst videos we've done on the channel in the last 2 months are both Aaron Rodgers. If Adam Schefter is talking Giants and Rodgers, you better wake up. You better wake up to it. Wow. Just like that. What did I say right before Sam Brown told me that? They're going to shift to Rodgers, baby. Where Marsh was right again. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. What would be your one-word reaction if the Giants signed Aaron Rodgers? Shifting their interest to Aaron Rodgers? So that's what Schefter and Rossini are saying. Get out those Darren Waller jerseys and put a nameplate on the back and write Rodgers on them. Wow. One word of reaction if the Giants get Rodgers. Yeah, I'm still alive. They are not big fans of Rodgers. One word reaction: CTE, nightmare, COVID, suck, no, disgusting, ugh, dumb, no, no, no,
Not popular.
suck, hell no, dude. Isaac Petey, what are you doing in here, man? Don't you have a job to do or something? Shout out to our man Isaac Petey in the building. Everyone give me a Petey in the chat. Ayahuasca. Oh my goodness. It is getting juicy around the Giants. Unbelievable. Is there a way I could film a VOD over there with the Stafford and Rodgers news? I'd like to do that. Should I just sign off? Yeah. Okay. Shout out to all y'all in the building. We have 350 people watching. I know. Would y'all be mad if we signed off live? That way we can get you a video right away, huh? Maybe Tom Downey comes and holds it down for 30 minutes. I think we're gonna sign off to get you guys the video ASAP. I want to do a full video, full thoughts, and get that out on the channel. Oh, we're at $77 in super chats. If we get to 200, we'll stay live. That's the only really way it makes sense. Jack Daddy Bob, I love the excitement for the Knicks, man. We are live at the NFL Combine. Probably no stream tonight. We are in Indy. Yeah, you guys deserve a video. All right, let's do that. We're going to go talk Stafford. We're going to go talk Rodgers. We're going to go talk, I believe, the Giants trading up to number 1. All that coming up and more. We love you guys. We appreciate you. Let's go Big Blue.